A couple of years ago, I gave up coffee for about 3 months and I learned some things. And the main thing is, it is really difficult. Like, seriously difficult. It gets a ball of light and it just shines it on all the parts of your life where you're lacking. It's kind of like giving up alcohol. It's just going to show you exactly what you're not doing and what you're not getting, and where you're essentially just like failing at adulting in life. Is what I learned from quitting coffee. I didn't fully ditch caffeine like constantly. I like kind of like downgraded the caffeine to green tea, and I'd have like roughly like 2 cups of green tea in the morning, which is a lot less caffeine. But I still had caffeine most days. There were some days where if I didn't have anything on, or there was like only like a little bit on, and I didn't really need to think that much. This sounds terrible, doesn't it? But if I didn't need to use my brain too much, I would just see if I could just drink water in the morning. And there were days that I did that. And yeah, that was different. I've gone back to drinking coffee, I'll be honest. Like, but I learned a lot. And now I have 1 cup of green tea in the morning, then a banana, and then a coffee. And the reason why I do that is because I never ever want to eat something straight away. But I can't just be like, oh yeah, coffee, empty stomach. Oh, that's a great idea. Because it's just not. Like, I always feel rubbish afterwards. So instead, I give myself green tea, which is a lot less stimulating. I kind of like wake up a little bit and I'm like, if you want that coffee, your one and only coffee that you're allowed all day, you gotta go and eat that banana. Kind of like barter with myself, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll eat the banana so I can have the coffee. And it works and it's perfect, but I don't drink any more caffeine at all. No green tea, nothing for the rest of the day. Years ago, what was I like? I was just like, coffee, sugar. It's like a zombie for coffee. And I would drink like 2 or 3 of them with sugar in as well on an empty stomach. And I'm just like thinking about this now. And I'm like, why did you do that? Why didn't you know how to adult properly? Anyway, so I thought about like weaning off the coffee and the reason why this happened is because as summer came in like a country where it gets to like crazy temperatures, like over 40 in the summer. So during like spring to summer, you start to notice you're just like, do I really need that coffee today? I don't know. And when you're literally a coffee junkie, you're just like, I want the coffee and the sugar. And then you're just like, wow, I'm just like sweating from head to toe now. Like, I'm not really enjoying this at all. But because you're literally addicted to coffee, you're just like, I'm going to do it again the next day. And you just behave like a stupid human being is the best way I can put it. And that's what I was doing. And I was like, this is just messed up and stupid. I was like, why are you doing this to yourself? Anyway, so like I weaned myself away from the coffee, and like it showed me things that you can't unsee, because you're just like, you're clearly failing at being an adult. Like, that's what this is. I was like, you're failing at just doing normal things. I was like, do you get up and exercise in the morning? I'm like, no, I just get up and drink coffee on an empty stomach. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, yeah, okay. And it kind of showed me all the things that I wasn't doing. So I tried going out walking. I tried getting up and doing like weightlifting. I tried lifting heavy. It just gave me heart palpitations. Like, I was just like, I don't think I should be lifting that heavy. I still do lift, just like lighter weights. It's like a whole 2.2 kilos for like each arm. Like, it's enough. Like, sometimes getting on the step, it gives me heart palpitations. So I have to be careful with that kind of thing. I know that's not like the average person, like what happens to them, but that's what happens to me. So like, I tried all like these things. I tried at points just not having coffee. Like, if there was a day where I didn't really have much on and I didn't have to use my brain too much, gotta be honest, I was like, let's see if we can just have water. Anyway, like, some of those days were okay, but I prefer the days where I get to have coffee. Even now, I'm just like, yeah, 1 green tea, banana coffee, and like, that's it. The problem back then was that I wasn't just having like 2 or 3 cups of coffee on an empty stomach in the morning. I was also drinking coffee at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because I don't know why. I mean, I was also like taking things like melatonin to sleep. Like, I was really dysregulated. I was like, yeah, coffee at 4 o'clock, melatonin to lower my dopamine. Yeah. Like, it's just, I'm saying it now and it just sounds like really, really, really messed up. And it's because I didn't understand like how these things worked. I was just like, yeah, dopamine in a cup. not thinking about the repercussions. And you can just buy melatonin online and like, yeah, now melatonin to make my dopamine go down. See the problem? So eventually, like I kind of got myself into a headspace where I was like, right, you're gonna have like maximum of like 2 cups in the morning, okay, and like that's it. And I think you're supposed to eat something first, and like that was a whole weaning process of imperfections and learning and all that. And then it went down to one, and I was like, okay, maybe you should have a green tea beforehand. Like, you generally feel better. And then I was like, oh, maybe like some food. And it was a whole process. It didn't like take me like 6 months to do this. It took me like 3 years or something. Like, it wasn't an overnight thing. It's been like a whole learning process. And I still have coffee now. But in between like 3 years ago and now, I've realized, yeah, like I need to do something in the morning to like help me just feel a little better throughout all of the day and the next day as well. So it's like lighter weights, like 2.2 kilos is enough for me. If I start to try and lift heavier, I get, and I'm just like, no, it's not worth it. No, like that information of like lifting heavy is clearly for people who don't have heart irregularities. Like, and I'm like all for them lifting heavy. Like 2.2 is like my max right now. I'm just like, okay, like I'm doing the best I can. And some stepper. And I go out walking and I'm like, I generally feel better from that because I can go to that like weight routine that I've got. It's like back, back, then shoulders, and then shoulders, and then like arms, and then like arms. And then I'm just like, like green tea, please. And I think I do that roughly between every other day to maybe like just twice a week. It's something like that. Like if I start to feel like in the morning, I know that's time to lift again. Now I've got into the habit in my head where I'm just like, you feel like death warmed up. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you feel like stuffy in your nose? Like you can't breathe properly. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's the time to go and lift your weights. I'm like, sometimes that's every other day. And that's how I figured out like when's the best time to do it. When I start to feel like death warmed up, I'm like, do it. I'm like, well, that's literally every other day. Because I've got Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so I'm chronically inflamed. Um, but generally speaking, like I'm finding things that are helping it. Like, and it's just like the stereotypical stuff. But this all kind of came about from realizing that I was drinking too much coffee. I needed to get my dopamine from like a more varied source, like lots of different types of dopamine. Mainly so I don't get fade, and mainly so I don't like sweat chronically during summer as well, is what I realized. Anyway, that's what I've learned. It's difficult, but it can be done. And yeah, I hope this has helped in some way. And thanks for listening. Bye.